Case presented by 5 Hour Energy. This is the SEC on ESPN in a rematch between a couple of teams that ran a tight game just a couple of weeks ago down at Coleman Coliseum in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Different venue. We'll see about the result. Hello, everybody. I'm Mark Jones, courtside, along with Jimmy Dykes. Thanks for coming aboard. Well, Jimmy, Tennessee off to a 1-4 start in SEC play, just like a season ago. But can they finish 9-2 like they did a season ago? That's the big question. For Alabama, this is a huge game, too.
Absolutely. You know, Alabama's a hot team right now, Mark. They've won 4 in a row. And think about this. Alabama, they've been helped tremendously by Villanova this past week. Alabama beat Villanova by 22 points on a neutral floor. What's Villanova done this week? Wins over Louisville and Syracuse. So a lot of things working right now in Alabama's favor. They need to win this ball game, though, because they don't have, in my estimation, another chance at a quality win until March when they play at Florida and at Missouri.
Well, remember that the first meeting between these two teams came down to the wire. Let's take a look at our one-on-one.
Well, for Alabama, they come in winners of 4 in a row. So do they bring confidence or arrogance to this ball game? Anthony Grant's been a little bit concerned about how they've handled success the last 2 days in practice, and they better get after Jordan McRae. This is a kid that's as hot as any scorer right now in the SEC. And for Tennessee, who scores with Jordan McRae? I think that's Cuonzo Martin's one of his biggest concerns. And this is a club, like you said, 1-4 in the SEC at this time last year. Then they got hot. Will they push the right button today?
Gay making another start in the middle up front for Crimson Tide, as Anthony Grant seems to have found something that really works. Last time, Nick Jacobs, coming off the bench, had a productive night in that victory against Kentucky. Cooper, Randolph, Relaford, and Lacey in the backcourt. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they've lost 5 of the last 6 games. This is their 5th different starting lineup. Moore getting the start today, along with McRae, Richardson, Jarnell Stokes, and Kenny Hall up front. Tennessee 9-8 overall. The Volunteers coming off a loss a couple of nights ago against Ole Miss down in Oxford, Mississippi, a game in which they were in right up until the final 3 or 4 minutes before Marshall Henderson caught fire on them. And meanwhile, Alabama coming off Kentucky, Jimmy's not a ranked team this year, but they're still Kentucky, so that's a big win for them.
Yeah, Alabama's found a way to win close ball games, and that could very well be the case today, that they're going to be in for another fist fight for 40 minutes. Think about this. Tennessee's win over Wichita State in this building back on December the 13th is the best RPI win in the SEC so far. The Shockers are an RPI of number 15, and that's what Alabama's trying to get done today themselves.
Cuonzo Martin, the second-year head coach of the Volunteers. His main concern coming into this game was, or one of them, was being able to take care of the basketball. You hear it, it's a very popular chorus, but they had 21 turnovers a couple of nights ago in that loss against Ole Miss. Stokes and Gay jumping it up, and we'll do it again. Well, perfect, but we got it started.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Here's Relaford. Alabama has gotten off to slow starts in their last 3 or 4 games.
And one thing Tennessee has done, even in their losses, they have defended well. And they held Ole Miss, team scoring 89 points a game, to one of the second lowest of the year.
Lacey has it rim out. Andrew Steele telling me prior to tip-off today that they've tried almost everything, a bunch of different things to try and get off to better starts. See if they can do that today. The first miss coming back the other way. Here's the Vols. Jarnell Stokes.
Alabama opens in a 1-1-3 zone that morphs to a 2-3 zone.
Blocked by Gay, and boy, Jarnell Stokes had a tough time in that game a couple of nights ago. Just 2 of 3 from the field. 5 fouls. Fouled out of the ball game, but the 3 field goal attempts, Jimmy, as troubling as anything, as here he goes to work one-on-one, lost the handle, had it knocked out of bounds.
He is going to have to get an angle on Moussa Gay, because Jarnell Stokes still cannot score over length, and that's what Moussa Gay is a 6'11" rim protector.
10 on the shot clock. Drive good by Armani Moore. That's part of the reason why he got the starting assignment. Cuonzo Martin talked about the energy and all the other things he brings to the table for the Bulls.
You know what? He has game day strength, Armani Moore. I don't know what he is in the weight room in terms of his bench press and different things that you would test, but his strength equates to tough plays on the floor, which is most important.
Relaford on the wing. Knocks it down over the taller Kenny Hall, and the 3-ball puts them on the board.
He might control the tempo of his team from the point guard spot better than any other point guard in this league.
Really, more so than even Wilbekin in Florida?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Wilbekin controls things defensively, but this kid controls it on both ends of the floor in terms of the pace that Anthony Grant wants to play with.
Stokes inside. Nice feed to Hall, and Hall missed the dunk. There's a foul called on the play, and he'll go to the line for a pair. Well, that time we saw Tennessee able to break that pressure and attack the basket, Jimmy.
Something you're going to have to do. And Tennessee right now doesn't have shooters on the back end of their press breaker in terms of on the perimeter. So you get that thing around the rim. And I think Hall comes in with as much confidence, Jonesy, as he's had all season. He had 8 points and 6 boards at Ole Miss. That was a strong, confident move to start this game.
Missing the first of 2 foul shots. There's a look at his numbers from a couple of nights ago. Kenny Hall, the 6'9" senior from Stone Mountain, Georgia. Averaging a little over 6 a game coming in. Tied at 3, just underway here at Thompson Bowling Arena here in Knoxville, Tennessee. A pivotal game for both these teams for different reasons. Relaford. He sets a good screen. Lacey out top. Seven on the shot clock. Everything on the perimeter. Good hands by Richardson. Knocked out of bounds with just 3 seconds to go.
But within that possession, Alabama made Jarnell Stokes come up and cover an on-ball screening action 3 times. So they're immediately targeting Jarnell Stokes in this ball game.
Alabama's got to go quickly here.
Yep, like right now.
Relaford launches. Well, just another day at the three-point office for Trevor Relaford. Shooting right around 40% from downtown on the season.
And you cannot give a guy that shoots the ball like him that much space in a short clock.
You figure you know what's going up at that point. Alabama leading by 3. Trevor Relaford actually missed the Mississippi State game 3 games ago with a sprained ankle. Back in action looking good. Here's McCray on the drive. Put it up over Gabe, but couldn't get it to fall. Lacey kicks it out to Relaford. Cooper kicks it back out. They'll run a set. Lacey with an open look off the baseline screen. Good offensive execution by the time.
Alabama takes good three-point shots. That's why they're tied with Florida right now in league play in terms of three-point percentage at 39%.
Cuonzo Martin forced to burn a timeout. Alabama got him trapped in the corner. Timeout on the floor. The Crimson Tide up by 5 when we come back.
Last year, you threw an interception because you read man coverage, but the defense was playing zone. You probably should have double-checked the free safety and dumped it off to the tight end.
Is that a question?
Just an observation.
It pays to double-check with State Farm.
Hello, friends. The Papa John's Super Bowl 47 coin toss experience is here. Vote heads or tails now and order at papajohns.com, where any large pizza is only $11. That's any large pizza, even specialties, just $11.
Tennessee coming out of the timeout, but they've got to tweak their defense, especially on that last possession, clock winding down.
Well, Alabama shoots high percentage from 3. Watch the mistake. This is with 3 on the shot clock. The ball is inbound. Hold it right here, guys. Look at McCray. He's going behind. He's going to come out on the other side, and that's too late. You have to fight over the top of that screening action. McCray at 6'5" doesn't do it, and Relaford sticks one in his grill. A couple of back-to-back breakdowns by Tennessee's defense to start this game.
Richardson to inbound. Alabama able to trap them successfully, forcing the timeout.
And this is who Alabama is, and they feel like that they can press and speed up Tennessee. They're going to do it, and so far there's no reason that says why not.
How big an issue is the Volunteers ball handling without Trey Golden in the starting lineup as Richardson misses the floater? They get it back though through Hall. Back to Richardson. And Richardson on the board. But back to the ball handling issue of Tennessee. You're fine.
Well, so far they've handled it well, and they're doing it with good spacing and good passing, because they don't have that guy that can just, for 40 minutes, beat you one-on-one in a press break. Even when Golden comes in, I think he's too slow with his feet to handle this Alabama pressure by himself.
Remember, it was those critical turnovers late in the game with about 3 minutes to go in the first meeting, which tilted the verdict in favor of the Crimson Tide as Relaford shot partially blocked. And here comes McCray.
Good job by McCray to blow up the dribble handoff and kind of got Relaford off of his path.
Stokes double teamed. Swing it around to the weak side. Armani with the miss. Stokes fighting underneath. Here's McCray from downtown. And Cooper with the rebound. One and done for Tennessee. Lacey backs it out. Randolph with 12 on the shot clock. Moussa Gay with the ball screen. Boy, Moussa Gay rolling to the hoop. They don't even look at him, Jimmy. 3 on the shot clock. And Cooper missing from outside.
Well, Alabama starts 4 guards, so they have Tennessee in a bind right now with Kenny Hall having to guard a perimeter guy.
And Moussa Gay, that's what he does. Rebounds well. Had 5 blocked shots in that game against Kentucky, but at the offensive end, he's not much of a scorer.
No, not at all. And the matchup I'm talking about right now, Cooper being checked by Kenny Hall, and I want Cooper in that isolation. There they go at it.
It pays off underneath. Rodney Cooper with his first field goal, averaging a little over 12 a game. Alabama leading by 5. Tough pass to Hall, got through. Hall kind of hesitated. Well, Tennessee real disconcerted offensively. 10 on the shot clock. McCray has it blocked, out of bounds. Staunch and stifling defense by the Crimson Tide. And a chorus of boos showering down on the court from the Tennessee fans.
Mark, here's what I'm talking about. Rodney Cooper being guarded by Kenny Hall. He's on the perimeter, then they run him to the block, and he still has the length to get the shot off. And Alabama actively defensively. They're blocking shots and doubling the post, something Tennessee has to address.
This is about 90 years of doing what others are not. And open-mindedness to the way things open. This is about shifting the concept of shifting. It's about finding inspiration in the unexpected and being an audiophile's dream within a dream. It's making genius look simple. This is about going places others aren't. Introducing the Lincoln Motor Company.
Want to lower your mortgage rate? Then stop what you're doing and call Quicken Loans right now. Mortgage rates are among the lowest they've been in generations. Want a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage? Just 3.375%. APR 3.62%. That's right, just 3.375%. APR 3.62% for a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage. Want to close quickly? We close the majority of our loans in 30 days or less in all 50 states. And right now, you can get a 30-year fixed-rate loan for just 3.375%. APR 3.62%. So call Quicken Loans now. Want to work with the pros? You'll get the expert service of our entire Quicken Loans team. And J.D. Power & Associates has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction for 3 years in a row. And we have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. There's no reason to wait. Call Quicken Loans right now or visit QuickenLoans.com and find out why we're engineered to amaze.
Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Kentucky Ole Miss, Tuesday on ESPN. ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. What will you do in 5 hours? And in part by the Lincoln Motor Company. And Heineken. Open your world. Enjoy responsibly.
Well, this is what the court looked like last night as our crew was closing up shop and shutting it down. They took it apart, cleaned it up a little bit, buffed it up for today's afternoon contest against Alabama. Right now, the Crimson Tide with some good defense. 5 seconds to go on the shot clock for Tennessee, and trailing by 5. Trey Golden's checked into the game, left it short. It has been a struggle for one of the most improved players in the conference a season ago.
Andrew Steele checks in the ball game, and he has been the difference maker for Alabama this season. You see what he brings in terms of wins and losses. A horrible post feed by Pollard. No chance.
First turnover of the game for Alabama. Moore. Foul inside. That's going to go against Randolph. Well, folks, Oklahoma against number 3 Kansas. North Carolina against number 18 North Carolina State. Great college basketball action continues on ESPN today at 4. Ben McLemore, number 3. The Jayhawks battle Romero Osby and the Sooners. And at 7, it's North Carolina against North Carolina State. Today on ESPN, also live on Watch ESPN.
A great chance that you might be watching the number 1 overall pick in the next draft, Ben McLemore from Kansas. Scouts I talked to him. I watch that kid play. He looks the part that's ready for that spot.
Stokes had his shot partially blocked again underneath.
And Alabama's so good and quick at covering up the threes. They only allow 13 3-point attempts per ball game.
And they come up with a steal, courtesy of Levi Randolph.
So Mark, I make that point. To me, it's more important how many 3-point shots are you allowing, more so than what percentage are you giving up. And Alabama just takes that 3-point shot away.
Inside, and that's going to be a foul. And a derisive cheer from the fans. That foul is going to go against Randolph. That's his second.
Well, Conzo Martin brought it to the attention of the SEC coordinator officials that he felt like Jarnell Stokes was being penalized because he's so strong and so big. A lot of contact on Stokes. He doesn't move. Therefore, the fouls aren't getting called. That's his take on it.
6'8", 275, and he fouled out in that Ole Miss game. That jumper no good. Rebounded, one and done once again. Steele with the carom for Alabama.
Alabama doesn't give up threes. They also don't take a lot of threes. They are a beat-you-off-the-bounce type squad, and that's where Tennessee has to be good today.
Steele got to the cup but missed the layup. McBee with the rebound. Golden looking for the push. Stokes. And he went quickly with it that time, Jimmy.
That's probably where he's at his best, as a face-up guy that can get to the rim on one bounce. He struggles with the second bounce, and if he has to cover more than about 15 feet, he is a charge waiting to happen.
Former 5-star recruit out of Memphis, Tennessee. Lead is down to 3. Jacobs inside. Tried to bull his way against Stokes. They're going to say it's off of Stokes' leg. Timeout on the floor with 11:16 to go in the first half. Stokes trying to get untracked. When we come back, Jimmy Dykes
was stoked.
Yeah, is stoked, and he'll show you a little something about the keys to the game, folks.
Alabama plays with 4 guards on the perimeter during the ball game. The key to Tennessee's defense on the perimeter. We're going to take a look at it when we come back.
It's 90 years of continuing down the road less traveled. It's a legacy of cutting edge with soft curves and 305 overachieving horses. It's a winter seat heater, summer seat cooler. It's outsmarting less than intelligent roads and minding its manners. It's the Lincoln MKX.
Dish Network claims they have more HD channels than DirecTV. But what Dish doesn't tell you is that 24 of their HD channels are only in high def, part of the time. So with Dish, when you turn on your flat screen, you might get HD, or you might not. DirecTV now has over 170 HD channels, all in high def, all the time. The most full-time HD channels. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV. When is a bargain not a bargain? When you pay a whole lot more and get a whole lot less. Take Dish's introductory price. After just 3 months, it triples. And in 12 months, the same TV package costs 4 times more. That's clearly not a bargain. And not only will you pay 4 times more, but you still won't get any of these top-rated channels. So don't be fooled by Dish. The best channels for the best price. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Alabama shooting 39% from the three-point line in conference play. That's the best in the league right now, but that's not where they beat you. They want to drive the ball. Rob Murphy from Tennessee, what's the key in taking on an Alabama offensive guy?
Well, it starts with a closeout. We got to get our butts down, hands up, no quick shots. Then he's going to want to drive right away, so we got to make sure we got an arm's length distance. My eyes are on his waist, and I'm funneling to the outside where my help is.
Well, very well communicated by Rob Murphy, and I think that's the key against Alabama. When you come out on a closeout, butt down, high hands, eyes on the waist, and make sure that ball doesn't get to the middle part of the floor. And Tennessee has to be really good in those 3 or 4 key areas today against Alabama. I know they shoot the ball well from 3, but they don't take a lot of them. They beat people by getting the ball to the paint.
Cooper takes it into the paint, and that's going to be an offensive foul.
There we go. Where did they make the ball go? They did not allow the ball to go to the middle. They funneled it down the outside of the paint. It wasn't a straight line drive, and allows Akinjula to rotate over and take the charge.
Second turnover. Now here's that full court pressure. Boy, he might not get it in time, and they call another. Oh, no, it's going to be a violation. A 5-second violation against Cuonzo Martin's Volunteers. Second time that they've had them backed up with that full court pressure.
Tennessee hasn't gotten organized in their press breaker prior to the ball being handed to the passer. There's no urgency right now.
Over cross court. Devontae Pollard in the ball game also for the Tide. Jacobs looking against Akinjula. Relaford out top. Plenty of time still. 16 on the shot clock. Bounced it off the foot. Steele comes up with it. Just the way they drew it up for Rodney Cooper, right?
Yeah, that's you know what, if you're Tennessee, you have to fight that off right now because you played terrific defense. You didn't come up with a loose ball, and Alabama stuck one on you. And these are the body blows that you have to shake off, especially when you're a 1-4 ball club. And look at Tennessee playing with terrific urgency and passion and flair. But at the end of the shot clock, after a loose ball wasn't secured, 21 drains it. Rodney Cooper shooting 44% in conference play is another reason why this Alabama team is hard to handle.
I think they're going to have a look at this, see if his foot was on the line or not, whether it was a 3 or a 2. That left foot of his was extremely close to being on the line. There's another look at it. Wow.
As he raises up, as the toe get on the line, that's what the officials have to look for. They signaled it a 3, correct, on the floor?
They called it a 2.
They called it a 2.
That's about as close as it can get.
You know, from there you can't see anything that
inconclusive from this angle
that would overturn what the call you made on the floor.
Joe Lindsey, Pat Adams, and Chuck Jones are officiating crew today.
If they don't like the view that they have over there with that monitor, I don't know if it matches up with the same quality of monitors that we have over here. They can come over here as well. That's an important call right now to get right.
Well, Jimmy, so far 12-7, about the midway point of the first half. As we take one more look at it, boy, the toe seems just to be off the line, if not over it, but not touching it per se. If you understand all that.
Because that left foot is turned just slightly, I think it's a 3.
Yeah, it looks closer to a 3 than a 2 from here.
All right. There you go. No definitive information at the monitor told them that what they called on the floor was wrong, so they stay with it.
Let's see how Trey Golden handles this full court pressure,
because it is going to come.
Gets it to McCray. McCray has been given the role of primary ball handler for the last few games. How do you think he's done in that role?
Well, he's
foul going to be called against Jacobs.
McCray is not a primary handler of the problem. He's a scorer that's having to run the point because Golden has not met Cuonzo Martin's standards. McCray had 9 turnovers at Ole Miss.
Are you surprised it hasn't slowed down McCray's scoring that much? Doesn't seem to be.
Well, up until the Ole Miss game, he's handled it pretty well, but Ole Miss got after him, and he got sped up on that Ole Miss floor. But
Akinjula with the rebound. Step back, no good. Pollard with the rebound for Alabama.
Alabama is so good at not allowing second chance points. They're number 3 in the nation out of the Power 6 conferences. They only allow 8.3 second chance points per game. That's a tremendous number.
Pass went through Pollard's hands. Good denied defense by Golden. Hey, folks, NBA Sunday on ESPN begins with a double dip at 1. LeBron James and the Heat. Ray Allen making his homecoming to Boston, taking on the Celtics. In at 3:30, OKC. Kevin Durant taking on the Black Mamba, Kobe Bryant, and the struggling Los Angeles Lakers. Coverage tips off with Kia NBA Countdown at 12:30 tomorrow on ABC.
Is that you tomorrow at Boston?
I got the nighttime game, 6:30 ESPN, the Knicks and the Hawks.
All right.
Boston's playing.
Boston blow a 27 point lead.
Evaporated in thin air.
Wow. For a veteran team to allow that to happen, though.
Stokes, Jimmy, with an easy one underneath. He doesn't get many of those. He's got 4.
Now, you can count on one hand the number of easy baskets Jarnell Stokes has had this year. I like it when Tennessee puts him into action as opposed to putting his big feet on the block and telling him to go to work.
Steal on the baseline. Jacobs fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. Looked like Stokes got caught with his hand in the cookie jar.
Well, this is made off of the length and the size of Jordan McCray at 6'5". Again, he's the type of kid that he's good off of that 1 or 2 bounces, McCray is, as far as making a play. And that time Stokes, with the timing of his cut, was terrific.
Going to change the foul and say that last foul was against Armani Moore. Jacobs at the free throw line. 6'8" sophomore out of Atlanta, Georgia. Had that big game a couple of nights ago in that win at home against Kentucky. Had 14 points off the bench. And it was just a few weeks ago that Anthony Grant, his head coach, called him out a little bit in the media, put him on blast by saying, you know, he's got to get in a position where he can contribute at least a little bit offensively, and he's responded to it.
You know what? He was very resilient in that game Tuesday night against Kentucky. I did the game, and at one point I thought Nick Jacobs was going to lose his confidence because Nerlens Noel blocked his first 3 shots. But he came back in the second half, ultimately was the difference in the ball game.
Off the steal, Relaford in transition. Got the reverse layup to go. Alabama leading by 5.
Jonesy, he is so good in transition at beating 1 or 1.5 defenders and then making hard layups at the rim. And there's not a better example than what he just did.
6-foot junior out of Kansas City. His older brother, member of the Jayhawks. Inside, and a nice look and bucket by Derek Reese.
I like Tennessee's patience in terms of getting the ball from side to side and then throwing the thing at the rim. They've done it well 3 or 4 times in this game.
Well, if you just turned your television on and you see a low-scoring contest, don't be shocked, because Tennessee has had a couple of games this year where they've scored a total of 36 and 38 points. It's pretty much the pace that we expected, right? 8:07 to go, a whistle and a foul inside. That's going to go against Reese, his first personal, as Moussa Gay gets up off of Anthony Grant's bench.
No, not a lot of offense so far in this game, but it's not tied to effort. I think both teams are playing really hard. I mean, Tennessee at 1-4 in conference play, they have to push the right button a day to get the thing turned around. And Alabama dug themselves a hole during the month of December, and they're starting to fight their way out of it. So both of them have a line of credit that's not good right now. Right. But you know what? the bigger the bill, the harder you ball.
You heard that in the pregame warm-up.
Both of them have a big bill to pay right now. You heard that in the pregame warm-up, and my ears went up. I like that.
Yeah, Wiz Khalifa couldn't have said it any better than you, Jimmy.
Well, actually, I think he does, but still, I liked it.
Moore with the rebound. Here's Golden. Ray Golden coming off the bench once again and seemingly out of sorts still. In transition, Relaford, a circus shot. Wow, 2 scoops for the Volunteers on that one.
I'm telling you, he can do that as good as anybody, not only in this league, but in the country. I'm talking about in transition, making hard shots at the rim. He is outstanding.
And with that field goal, Relaford moves past current NC State coach Mark Gottfried from 44th on the all-time scoring list. Stokes inside off glass.
Mark Gottfried with a huge opportunity tonight, right? College game day in town against North Carolina. Roy Williams has owned NC State since he's been in charge of the Tar Heels.
Gay with the high screen. Gay posting up. They give him a touch. Doesn't happen often. He's going to go to work with it. And Moussa Gay, you know, he scored the first bucket of the game against Kentucky and then scored the first bucket of the second half. That's a nice looking offensive move, Jimmy.
Absolutely, and especially if he's not going to get doubled down on it. And because he's taller than Jarnell Stokes, I mean, he bounced that ball 3 or 4 or 5 times and very slow developing play.
McRae with the ball fake. Boy, Alabama really packing it in. They come up with another steal. Relaford on the move. Cooper with the jumper. And Rodney Cooper with 7 in the game. The lead up to 8. Their largest of the contest.
Terrific feel and find by Trevor Relaford in the transition to feel where the defense was around him and find a shooter on the perimeter.
Relaford keying this outburst. The foul called against him. 5:51 to go in the first half as we go back to the studio for this.
Thank you, gentlemen. Over on ESPN right now, it's the men's snowboard slopestyle final featuring Mark McMorris and Shaun White. Interesting stuff. We'll get you back out to Knoxville in a few minutes. Alabama leading Tennessee by 8.
Never share again. Taco Bell's new loaded grillers. Appetizer taste of spicy wings, tasty skins, and beefy nachos. Each just 99 cents and wrapped up just for you.
This is about 90 years of doing what others are not. And open-mindedness to the way things open. This is about shifting the concept of shifting. It's about finding inspiration in the unexpected. And being an audiophile's dream within a dream. It's making genius look simple. This is about going places others aren't. Introducing the Lincoln Motor Company.
Only T-Mobile's network has unlimited nationwide 4G data with no limits, no overages, and now no annual contract. T-Mobile's unlimited nationwide 4G, now with no annual contract. See for yourself.
Up next for Career Day, quarterback Aaron Rodgers.
That State Farm agent said she helps people. What do you do?
I play football.
That's not a job.
Well...
Did you save my dad hundreds with the discount double check?
No, but I was MVP last year.
Mr. Hubble says trophies are for people with self-esteem issues.
Who's Mr. Hubble?
That's Rod Hubble.
No, it is not. For savings, we're best in class.
Hey, Roger! Discount double check!
Get to a better state. State Farm.
You ready? Let's go to work. In this business, it's easy to get sentimental. Souvenir.
You don't just kill a guy like that!
I just did. You want to do this dance?
Bullet to the head.
Pretty good reflexes for an old guy.
Rated R. Starts February 1st.
Alabama looking for its 5th consecutive win right now with his biggest lead of the game at 8. As Jimmy, take a look at our hard to guard.
Well, it's Trevor Relaford, and what makes him hard to guard, he's now a 42% three-point shooter. Last year he was 25%, so now he's even a half step quicker on the perimeter in terms of getting into the lane. He's a layup maker, and he plays the game with great pace. And he makes tough layups in transition, really as well as any college guard out there. Watch this, boom, with length behind him. That was a 6'5" McCray trying to chase him down. And then 2 possessions later, he gets out, keeps the ball in his hands. And again, it's another size guy at the rim that he gets the thing to drop. It's a very hard thing to defend and a terrific quality for a lead guard to be able to make hard layups at the rim.
Out of the timeout, McCray got a good shot coming off the ball screen, but couldn't cash in. Well, those first half shooting woes, which have dogged Alabama for most of the year, seem to be pulling back a little bit. Lacey lets one go. And rebounded by Cooper.
Now, Kenny Hall is checking Cooper, and Kenny Hall that time was on the perimeter when the shot went, so he's in a position on the floor defensively that he's not used to being in.
Musa Gay inside off the Relaford feed, a reverse, and Musa Gay with 4 points now. Hey, what any offense they get from him is a bonus, right, Jimmy?
I'll tell you what, he's starting to get a lot more comfortable and confident on that low block. Extended playing minutes this year with the injury to Carl Engstrom, and Musa Gay is starting to be someone that Anthony Grant can throw the ball to down low.
Coming off that ACL injury, the floater good that time by Armani Moore, but Musa Gay blowing out his ACL and then coming back and playing few games last year. Right now telling me before the game that he's just getting comfortable with the knee again. Backdoor cut by Lacey. Gay inside, and a blocking foul against the Vols underneath.
And Mark, you can see giving the ball to Musa Gay 10 feet away from the rim as opposed to 5. He doesn't have the natural instincts yet. Actually, I think he walked with the ball, but the kid's right at 7 feet tall. He cares about the game. He loves the game. He works hard at it. I don't think you can ever get better at anything in life unless you really love what you're doing, because you're not going to put in the extra work, and this kid does.
Knocks down the first, just a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Steele comes into the ball game for Levi Randolph. Musa Gay from Senegal. Played just 13 games last year after coming back from that knee injury we were talking about.
A couple of weeks ago, he was fouling 1 time every 4 minutes that he was on the floor.
Fouled out in that Missouri game.
Yes, he did.
In 15 minutes.
Yeah, and now he's 1 foul every 5.5 minutes. So that's a good increase just over the last couple of weeks.
And the ball handling issue continues to become a question mark for the Volunteers. They turn it over again. Here's Cooper. Rebounded by the Vols and Moore. Alfonso Martin talked about the fact that they couldn't afford to turn it over 21 times like they did in the last game, but so far tonight they've got 5. That turnaround jumper no good by Hall.
Alabama's one of those teams, when they press you, if they sense or feel or read in your eyes that you're not comfortable against it, they're going to continue to dial up the heat. And that's what Anthony Grant's doing in this first half.
10-point lead for the Crimson Tide, under 4 minutes to go. Steele kicks it back out to Cooper. 10 on the shot clock now. It's Lacey up top. Gay with a ball screen, which was an illegal screen. 3 subs coming into the ball game. Alabama with the lead, looking for their 5th straight win when we come back.
There is a change in the air. Things feel different, new, better. And tomorrow, they'll be better still. Inspired by our past, but driven by the future, we are becoming a new American.
He scores a ton. No, the Wooden Award winner has to hit the boards, too.
Guys, you don't have to argue.
Hey, it's Jay Billis.
Yes, I am Jay Billis. This year, Wendy's and ESPN are asking all fans, who is the best player in the game?
Go to WoodenAwardVote.com for a chance to win the grand prize when you cast your vote for the Wooden Award Player of the Year, presented by Wendy's.
So, would you vote for a scorer or a rebounder?
I'd vote for the player that can pick and roll.
Jay Billis took my fries.
Feeling buried by all the piles of paper in your home or office? Maybe it's time you traded in the old filing cabinet for a new office assistant. Meet the NeatDesk Scanner and Organizer, the only scanner that actually thinks while it scans. With NeatDesk, all your important documents can be easily scanned and then organized with the NeatWorks software. So that shoebox full of receipts instantly becomes a manageable expense report. That stack of business cards can go directly into your computer's contact list. Virtually any piece of paper automatically becomes a searchable document that you can find with a simple keyword. And here's the best part. If you call or visit us at tryneat.com right now, you can try the NeatDesk or the amazing Neat Portable Scanner for 30 days absolutely free. We'll even pay for the return postage if you decide to send it back. That's how confident we are that you'll love your Neat Organizer. So give us a call or go to tryneat.com for your 30-day free trial and say goodbye to all that paper.
Todd Grisham here in our Bristol studios. Coming up on our Land Rover halftime report, the Syracuse Orange lose again, this time to Villanova. What a win for them. The first team since 2001 to beat two top five teams back-to-back, plus Louisville. Started out 16-1. They've now lost 3 in a row thanks to Georgetown. Highlights coming up at the break.
Could I get the Louisville?
All right, back here, a look at what happened on that last whistle, Jimmy.
Well, I like the action screen the screener by Alabama. First of all, let's talk about that. 21 Cooper. Hold it right here, guys. He's screening the screener because this is the screener coming up. And now watch what happens. I love how they screen the screener. There's the screen. Here comes the screener. But now wait, hold it. This foot cannot move this direction until this screen gets set. And as he moves that foot, Lacey, boom, the defender then moves before the screen gets set. So that foul, although it's called on Musa-Gay, to me, is on the shoulders of Lacey. Screen the screener, wait for the screen to be set, then bust your move.
The guard's got to be more patient.
Absolutely.
There's Stokes.
Bama back in that zone, and they're so good, those guards up top, they're getting over the top of any screen that you set on them.
Tennessee not a particularly great three-point shooting team either. McPhee, one of the better three-point shooters, although he's been streaky this year. McCray with the floater, no good. Kept alive by Hall, but it's out of bounds. Alabama basketball. So the Crimson Tide gets something, a nice stop out of that zone. 3 minutes to go here in the first half. Boy, the building just feels lifeless, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I mean, they're here cheering on a team, though, that has 15 points, so that's part of the problem.
That's going to be a travel against Cooper. Tennessee just 7 of 24 from the field. 29% field goals.
There should be an urgency about Tennessee to win the last 2 minutes and 45 seconds of this half, because Alabama has been terrific. I'm talking terrific in the second half of ball games so far in conference play.
Richardson swings it around to McCray. There's the skip pass to Skylar McPhee. Stokes chasing down the rebound. Good hustle. Good ball fake by Richardson. And Richardson gets it to go. So the extra possession ends up counting. He's got 4.
Just a little bit of a ball fake is all he needed to create a gap. I think Skylar McPhee's elbow injury is bothering him more than he's letting on, because he's such a tough guy.
He's been shooting right around 30% from downtown this year. Far below where he should be. Folks, ESPN's Journey to the Tourney is a season-long spotlight on games that will impact the tournament. Tonight at 7, James Michael McAdoo and the Tar Heels need a big win on the road to improve their tourney chances, while C.J. Leslie and the Wolfpack look to defeat their second straight Tobacco Road rival. Tonight at 7 on ESPN and also live on Watch ESPN. Talk about Mark Gottfried, former player at Alabama. And I just want to mention Keith Askins doing a great job, assistant coach with the Miami Heat, former player in Tuscaloosa. Under 2 minutes to go. 5 on the shot clock. Relaford getting busy. And they don't get it off in time. Alfonso Martin's crew gets a stop. And it's the 6th turnover for Alabama.
I love the discipline of Tennessee defensively that time, because Relaford was trying to get guys to leave their feet, reach and lunge, and they would not go for it.
The fact that this game is so low scoring, Jimmy, is it a function of good offense? I mean, good defense or poor offense?
Both. It's a combination of both right now. And both teams will really guard you now. Again, Tennessee, they beat Wichita State in this building. It's the best RPI win in the SEC, so they are capable. What they've done so far in league play is play just close enough to lose.
Remember, a year ago, they started off 1-4 in conference play, ended up 9-2 down the stretch. 7 on the shot clock. McRae looking a little hesitant. Golden jacks one up. And rebounded by Pollard.
I really think it's interesting that Alabama is doubling down on the low block touch of Jarnell Stokes.
Why is that?
And they're getting away with it. Well, first of all, Stokes hasn't proven this year that he demands a double team. And this is one of the few teams that I've seen in this league go at Jarnell Stokes.
Jarnell Stokes has only 6 points in the game, and very confounding, Jimmy, as to why such a highly acclaimed player coming out of high school. And I know sometimes those 5-star guys really aren't 5 stars, but he very much looks the part. When you talk about him being 6'8", 270 pounds, a size 20 shoe, and a great specimen and good skills, why hasn't it happened yet for Stokes at Tennessee?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, he is, first of all, a load from the waist down. Terrific lower body strength. And I think he, right now, is too concerned about what his face-up game is as opposed to what his low-post game looks like. Now, why is Alabama doubling this guy when he hasn't been worthy of double teaming all season long? Alabama doesn't have any depth at all on their front line. So I think they're concerned about Jarnell Stokes' ability to get Jacobs and Moussa Gay in foul trouble. So they're doubling down, getting the ball out of his hands, and not letting Stokes get fouled. And so far, it's working really well.
McBee called for the blocking foul against Steele. That's his first personal.
There are 2 specialists in college basketball right now in terms of the percentage of shots they take from the three-point line. McBee and the Rogge kid from Creighton, both 90%, 92% of their shots on the year are from the three-point line. That's the definition of a specialist, and that's what McBee has to do for Tennessee if they're going to push a button and get hot. He has got to start making shots.
Steele going right at him at the offensive end. There's Lacey on top. Lacey with the pull-up. Rims out. He's having a tough time shooting it so far. Just 1 of 6 from the field.
Tennessee needs points and a stop to finish this half. And if they take the clock late enough, all they need is points. Because again, Alabama has been like a 60% field goal club in the second half of ball games the last 4.
Well, they trapped McBee and forced Tennessee to call another timeout.
Mark, that was, not telling you what, that was a great trap by Alabama, because you have now forced Tennessee to burn another timeout in this first half.
Well, what a season it's been for Anthony Grant and his crew. Got off to a great start, 6-0, and then lost Steele to an injury, slumped in December. Now finding out who exactly they are, and a nice defensive sequence there.
That's a great trap, and you have to know that Alabama has that within their ability out of the zone to do it. And you throw that ball to the sidelines late in the clock or late in the half, and Alabama will come and take the life out of you.
If you're Tennessee, Jimmy, the question begs, how do you get Jordan McRae a little bit more engaged at the offensive end? Because right now he's 0 for 5 from the field, and he's 0 for 1 on threes. Jordan McRae 0 for 5 from the field, Jimmy. I mean, that's not, if they're going to win this game, he's got to do better, and they got to get him engaged a little bit. How do they do it?
Well, he's the guy, and Alabama has multiple guys that can check him. Same size athletes on the perimeter, and they're keeping fresh legs and just
look at
really face guard.
Sorry, Jimmy. Relaford was doing a great job denying him the ball. Here's Golden. There's a 1 second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Lacey took a shot in the face, and the shot went down. And that's going to be the end of the first half of play. Trevor Lacey holding his nose. A little shaken up, but what a good first half it was for Trevor Relaford. 4 of 5 from the field, including a couple of threes. Alabama looking for their 5th consecutive win. Right now we send it to the studio with Todd Grisham, Bruce Pearl on the Land Rover halftime report. Guys.
Thank you, Mark. Let's jump right into some highlights, and we start in the ACC. Duke playing their first game since that embarrassing 27-point road loss to Miami, taking on Maryland.
Well, it's tough to beat Maryland in this situation. Duke's got to come home really angry. They jumped on the Terrapins early.
Rashid Suleiman with the 3 there, and then later in the half, another 3 from the same guy. It's 32-22 at that point. Now we move ahead to the second half. Duke up 9. Suleiman sidesteps his defender and hits his 6th straight three-pointer. He is officially on fire. Duke up big, 77-59. Welcome into our Land Rover halftime report alongside former Tennessee head coach Bruce Pearl. My name is Todd Grisham. Let's start with Alabama, though. An emotional win earlier this week against Kentucky. Their head coach Anthony Grant was worried about how they'd respond, perhaps have a hangover, said they didn't practice well this week, but so far so good in Knoxville.
Well, 2 teams that are going in different directions in the month of January. Alabama's won 4 out of 5. Tennessee's lost 4 out of 5, but the Vols have built a very difficult schedule. I think the key for Tennessee is to get the ball inside to Jarnell Stokes. Here, Jordan McRae's got the ball on the wing. He makes a nice bounce pass into the paint, and Jarnell takes it right to the rim, where he avoids the length and finishes. Tennessee's got to do more of that, so you get it back to Jordy. This time, he throws the high pass. It's electric. Andrew Steele comes up with a steal, and he gets it to Trevor Relaford, who can make tough 2s. Trey Golden comes in with a bad shot, trying to force things a little bit, coming off the bench, and this is what makes Trevor Relaford so difficult to guard. Scoring around the rim. He can also make 3-point shots. He's got 10 points in the first half.
Yeah, Trevor Relaford, 4 of 5 so far. It has been a wild and wacky day around college basketball. When we return, we'll tell you what happened as Syracuse visited Villanova. They went into overtime. The fantastic finish is next.
DVR's full again.
Oh, you're kidding. Cable's more irritating than...
I know. Cable makes me angrier than...
We need to upgrade to DirecTV and get the new Genie. She gives you 3 times more storage than cable.
You're right.
DirecTV is more amazing than...
Get 3 times more HD recording capacity with the new DirecTV Genie. Call 1-800-DirecTV.
I got it made. I got it made. Fresh at Subway. Subs made just the way I say.
At Subway, you got it made. Like your own turkey breast and Black Forest ham with spinach. Subway, eat fresh.
One car travels towards an intersection with wipers that streak and clog, while another travels towards the same intersection with wiper blades that don't let them see clearly. But between them, the Michelin Man with new Michelin Stealth Wiper Blades. A revolution in wiper blade technology, combining SmartFlex construction for superior windshield contact with proven hybrid blade design for clog-free performance in rain, ice, and snow, helping you steer clear for the road ahead. New Michelin Stealth Wiper Blades. A better way forward. Get your Michelin Wiper Blades at Walmart.
It takes all kinds of good to make a family. At New York Life, everything we do is to help you keep good going.
Yo, give it up, dude. Up high. Okay. Up high. Don't you have any useful apps on that thing? Who do you think I am? Quicken Loans?
At Quicken Loans, our amazingly useful mortgage calculator app allows you to quickly calculate your mortgage payment based on today's incredibly low interest rates, right from your iPhone or Android smartphone. One more way, Quicken Loans is engineered to amaze.
This is the Land Rover halftime report.
Number 3 Syracuse taking on Villanova. Early in the second half, Cuse down 2. Brandon Trish, how about this pass to Rakeem Christmas?
That's a great finish at the basket. They spread the floor, but Villanova did a terrific job in this game defensively. Syracuse only shoots 34%.
Well, here's Trish off balance, gets that one in off the glass. Cuse up 6. Now, just seconds to go, Villanova down 3. Syracuse elects not to foul.
You got to rebound the basketball, or you got to make the foul. Don't give him a chance to knock down the three and send it to overtime.
The desperation shot, no good. Ryan Arcidiacono with the big three. So we head to overtime, and then that's when James Bell steps up, dropping that one. He would add one on the next possession as well.
He runs Syracuse, Bell. I'm telling you right there. Michael Carter-Williams, he's been closing out games. Only 4 assists for Michael Carter-Williams. He averages 9. Great win for Villanova.
Yeah, they beat Syracuse earlier this week. They stormed the court twice in 5 days. Not a bad school to be going to right now. How about those Louisville Cardinals that lost to Villanova on Tuesday? Taking on Georgetown on the road, another tough game. Down 3 here. Markell Starks off balance. Georgetown up 5.
Markell Starks was excited against playing Russalicious and the Louisville Cardinals.
And then left wide open down low. Yuval Deng with the jam. It's tied at 48. Other end, high off the glass. What a rebound!
That is a very, very athletic play. Louisville averages 25 points off a turnover. They only had 16 against Georgetown. That was the difference.
Minnesota and Wisconsin tied at 24 at the half. And in a game you saw just moments ago here on ESPN2, Ohio State with their 18th straight win over Penn State. All right, Coach, it seems like this year, perhaps more than any time in recent memory, we have a lot of parity in college basketball, and it seems like it's upperclassmen that have made the difference.
Well, Todd, one of the reasons why you're not hearing any discussion about the one and done is because 22 of the top 25 teams in the country have got 2 senior starters, and on 14 of the top 25, they've got 3 senior starters. Guys that are investing in winning, guys that have paid their dues, have gotten better every single year, guys that understand their roles. And we got some terrific teams to talk about here. First of all, Miami. They upset Duke, beat them by like 4 touchdowns. They have 5 seniors. 80% of their scoring. Durant Scott, Kenny Kaji, Reggie Johnson, all guys that are hungry. There's Julian Gamble in the low block. He was the best inside player in that game against Carolina, and he doesn't even start. People didn't talk about Miami early in the season. They forgot about those veterans. And out west, it's the Oregon Ducks. They are picked 10th in the league. They're now winning the league. They've got 3 senior starters. I love E.J. Singler. Tony Woods on the inside. Dana Altman's got this club playing with confidence. They don't play Arizona and UCLA anymore this season. Watch for the Ducks to finish on top of the Pac-12. And then, of course, who forgets Florida? There's Murphy. Kenny Boynton is going to be the all-time leading scorer. Michael Rosario transferred from Rutgers. He knows how to make tough twos. The best ball screen offensive and defensive team is the Florida Gators because that takes high IQ. These kids are all invested in winning, and that's the reason why we're seeing so many of these cagey veterans dominate college basketball, not the one-and-dones.
Be cool, stay in school. That's what they taught us in the 8th grade, right?
I like that.
Some of those teams that Coach just talked about will be in action later here today. Look at all these games. ESPN, ESPNU, ESPN2, we got you covered. And make sure and use the Watch ESPN app as well. Florida versus Mississippi State tonight. That'll take place right here on ESPN2. Pick a team, pick a conference. We got them all.
This halftime report is presented by Land Rover. Above and beyond.
When you only make SUVs for 65 years, all that learning leads to something remarkable. The Range Rover Evoque. Winner of over 120 awards, including the 2012 Strategic Vision Total Quality Award. Land Rover, above and beyond.
The Italian classics are now $13 or less every day. With 5 classic dishes like Mom's ricotta meatballs and spaghetti or fettuccine alfredo. I'll have one of each. Only at Romano's Macaroni Grill.
The Capital One Cup congratulates the best in college sports. Congratulations to all the NCAA Division I Fall National Champions. These student athletes have laid it all on the line to bring honor and glory to their schools by winning valuable points towards the Capital One Cup. Follow your school and check the standings at CapitalOneCup.com to see who will win the Capital One Cup and be the best in college sports.
Playing football can be really tough on your skin. To avoid unnecessary roughness, We use Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula body and face lotion for men. It offers hard-hitting protection that locks in moisture and shuts down dryness. Palmer's provides the ultimate defense against rough, dry skin, leaving it smooth with a fresh scent.
Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula body and face lotion for men. Perfect formula.
Extraordinary results.
Try Palmer's new jar for men. It provides serious moisture for the hands, elbows, and knees.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm on it. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
You're covered, Kevin.
Thanks, Melinda.
Wait, I have blah blah insurance, so person, come help.
Hey, Grandma. Dad, look who it is.
I see who it is.
6 callers ahead of us, Jimmy.
You're not helping.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. There to help you anytime, anywhere, anyway. That's getting to a better state.
Looks like you're in a pickle.
Yeah. Can you get me out of it?
Just so happens I know a chap.
Book any flight and hotel together and get access to our free personal concierge service. Any need, any question. We're on call 24/7.
This halftime report is presented by Land Rover. Above and beyond.
X Games Aspen in action right now. You can see it over on ESPN. It shifts to ABC at 4 o'clock and then back to ESPN tonight at 9. You're looking at Shaun White's second run of the day in the snowboard slopestyle final. After his first run, he was in 5th place, but then this happens, Coach. Weigh in.
That looks like Todd Burgess out there on the snowboard. He's safe.
You don't see that too often. Shaun White eating it. Hopefully he can bounce back. Oklahoma and Baylor squaring off this afternoon. Brittany Griner, she is such a force inside, and after that block, she is now the all-time blocks leader, passing Luella Tomlinson.
Give me that thing. That's unfair. Brittany Griner, the best defensive player in the history of women's college basketball.
Baylor with the win, and there's the proof. Brittany Griner, not only the top woman of all time in collegiate history, but also including the men.
Now, Jarvis Renato at the bottom of the list, he blocked about 100 of those against Tennessee when I was coaching.
Got to focus on defense. That's Russ here, a big SEC tilt. Alabama looking for their second win over Tennessee in 2 weeks. They lead it by 6 at the half.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by Volvo. Luxury cars designed around you.
No one expected me to be here. No one expected me to be a starter, to hit game-winning shots, or even play in this league. Well, I'm not here to live up to anyone else's expectations. I'm here to live up to mine.
During the Ease into Luxury event, sign and drive your Volvo XC60 with 0 down.
When it comes to the financial obstacles military families face, we understand. Our financial advice is geared specifically to current and former military members and their families.
Dad!
Life brings obstacles. USAA brings retirement advice. Call or visit us online. We're ready to help. Learn more with our free USAA Retirement Guide. Call 877-242-USAA.
The Southeastern Conference realizes the importance of the renewable energy conversation, and the SEC invites you to join the discussion at its inaugural symposium. With wind energy, biofuels, solar power, and energy-efficient housing research growing, now's the time for you to be a part of the conversation. So join the SEC in Atlanta, February 10th, 11th, and 12th for an academic conference, and find out the impact of the Southeast in the world's renewable energy future. SECU, the academic initiative of the Southeastern Conference.
When is a bargain not a bargain? When you pay a whole lot more and get a whole lot less. Take Dish's introductory price. After just 3 months, it triples. And in 12 months, the same TV package costs 4 times more. That's clearly not a bargain. And not only will you pay 4 times more, but you still won't get any of these top-rated channels. So don't be fooled by Dish. The best channels for the best price. Another reason 30 million people agree. Don't just watch TV, direct TV. Dish Network can claim what they want, but America consistently chooses DirecTV. For the best television experience, DirecTV beats Dish hands down. But don't just take our word for it. Over the last 3 years, for every customer Dish gained, DirecTV gained 8 times more. In fact, more people chose DirecTV last year than all cable and satellite companies combined. Sorry, Dish. 30 million customers can't be wrong. Don't just watch TV, DirecTV.
Welcome back, everyone, to Saturday Showcase, presented by 5 Hour Energy. Welcome back, everyone, to Thompson-Boling Arena. It's the SEC on ESPN, the second meeting of the season between the Crimson Tide and the Volunteers, and Alabama with a 6-point lead at halftime. Mark Jones chopping it up courtside along with Jimmy Dykes. Hey, you know, Steele said to me, Andrew Steele said before the game, said, Mark, you know, I've never lost in this building since I played in Alabama. They're still playing with a lot of confidence. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, Jimmy, how do they get things going? It is time for ultra urgency now.
Well, it should be. If they're going to get their season turned around, it has to start this second half for Tennessee. If your defense doesn't force stops, it better force turnovers. And Tennessee's defense has not done either one. They're allowing 50% shooting from Alabama in this game so far, and they've only forced 5 turnovers. So for Tennessee, they have to clamp down defensively. They cannot allow Alabama to shoot 50% again in the second half, or Alabama's going to get out of here with a win.
There's a look at some of the first half statistics. Alabama was 7 assists on 10 made field goals, a low-scoring first half. Both these teams play right in the mid-60s, mid to low 60s range, so pretty much what you expected in terms of possessions in the first 20 minutes of play. The big question that begs, Jimmy, how does Jordan McRae get off here in the second half? He did not have a field goal in the first half of play.
Well, he has to use his size. That's one of his weapons.
He had one. I'm sorry.
He's 6'5", so he's got to get in the lane and start making plays over the top of Alabama.
There he gets one fly, and he has his second field goal of the game.
Good job of moving Jordan McRae in the first possession from one side of the floor to the other as the ball was also being reversed.
So the crowd here is just waiting for something to cheer loudly about. That's their first 3 of the ball game, too.
25-19 at the half. That's like midway through the first quarter for you in an NBA game, isn't it?
Pretty much.
It is.
Elliford with the miss. Arnie Moore on the wing. He got the start today. Hoping to inject a lot of energy, a lot of activity for Cuonzo Martin.
Alabama opens in the zone. They better tag McRae.
Stokes with a nice feed to Kenny Hall. And it's a 1-point game in the first couple of possessions for Tennessee.
Well, the truest test for your defense is in the second half when it goes to the other end of the floor. And Anthony Grant can't like what he's seen so far from 60, 70 feet away.
Gay with the dribble handoff. Tennessee has turned up the intensity defensively here. 9 on the shot clock for Lacey. Tough shot by Randolph. Missed everything. 1 on the shot clock, and they won't get it off. Oh, they got bailed out with a foul underneath. It's going to go against McRae. Check that. It's going to go against Stokes. Boy, with less than a second to go on the shot clock. That sends Rodney Cooper to the foul line. A pretty good free throw shooter on the season.
You can't get away from how you guard Alabama in this game. I know they've made some threes so far, but they beat you by getting in the paint. They made 3 threes in the first half, Alabama did, but you have to keep the ball from being bounced in the orange part of the floor.
Boy, Kenny Hall really went after it. He deserved that bucket. Hall with the stick back, and we're tied at 26. He's got 5.
The kid has really responded well after being suspended at the end of last year, and he has been coachable under Cuonzo Martin and has really turned his life around away from the court as well. And Alfonso Martin just went on and on today about the success of Kenny Hall.
Really one of the great reclamation stories. Quietly, Lacey inside, got free for the layup. Nice feed, too.
And what a cut, huh? You talk about a hard cut with a purpose. Lacey just did it.
Jimmy, you had your hands ready on that press break.
Hey, the
pass was coming his way.
The next time a ball comes to me in this position, I'm going to shoot it. I want to see what happens. Make or miss, I'm going to shoot the ball and see what happens.
Well, you're the guy that gets run over courtside. Here's Lacey. Got blocked, and Relaford had his back. Lead back up to 4. Relaford with a dozen. Now, even when, Jimmy, it's a half-court pressure, it seems to take Tennessee out of its rhythm a little bit. Stokes, that's going to be a jump ball. How disconcerting effect has it had on Tennessee, Alabama's pressure?
I think quite a bit, and it's been in the half court as much as the full court. Because they are climbing right up into the white jersey, Alabama is, of Tennessee, and saying, can you beat me and go make a winning play off the bounce? It's one thing to beat your guy off the bounce, but can you make a winning play at the end of the bounce? Tennessee so far has not made enough of them.
Anthony Grant's team's anger had on defense. Former head coach at VCU, former assistant for Billy Donovan at Florida. Jumper good by Rodney Cooper, and he's into double figures with 10. Whistle and a foul against Cooper. That's his second personal. Alabama looking for its 6th win in its last 7 games. An SEC this year that is kind of a top heavy with Missouri and Florida, and then after that it's a long look for a top 25 team. Mississippi coming in now as a top 25 team just last week. He's got 8 now. Stokes does.
Tennessee has to do just what they did against that pressure of Alabama. They have to prove that they're going to be aggressive and take the ball to the rim. If not, Alabama just continues to push the heat button.
Lacey went for the flare. 15 on the shot clock. Here's Lacey on the wing. Alabama very deliberate at the offensive end. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Mr. Clutch, Lacey with a tough jab. And rebounded by Stokes. Lacey has made a couple of game winners. He'd be the guy that sometimes they go to at the end of the shot clock.
Big shot taker, big shot maker so far this year.
Double team on Hall. Inside to Stokes. All inside. Oh, he had a golden opportunity and tipped up and in by Darnell Stokes, and it's a 2-point advantage.
Alabama continues to double team the low block touch. And Tennessee much better this half handling it. They're getting the ball out quicker.
Great hustle by Armani Moore. Tried to get the timeout, but couldn't. But great denied defense on the wing.
Darnell Stokes is a guy around the rim that can put the ball on the floor and make a pass, and Tennessee has fought their way back in.
Wisconsin, Ohio State, and Kentucky Ole Miss, Tuesday on ESPN.
At a dry cleaner, we replaced people with a machine. Customers didn't like it. So why do banks do it?
Hello?
Hello? If your bank doesn't let you talk to a real person 24/7, you need an ally.
Hello?
Ally Bank. Your money needs an ally.
Bringing popcorn to game day is like going for a tie. Nobody wins. Introducing Taco Bell's Variety Taco 12-pack. 6 Doritos Locos tacos and 6 classic crunchy tacos. A game day tradition since right now.
We are all reflections of the people who came before us. The good they did inspires us, prepares us, and guides us. At New York Life, everything we do is to help you keep good going.
Only T-Mobile's network has unlimited nationwide 4G data with no limits, no overages, and now no annual contract. T-Mobile's unlimited nationwide 4G, now with no annual contract. See for yourself.
Introducing The Stir, events by Match.com. Just a fun night with people we've picked for you.
Salud.
Online and now offline, Match.com. More dates, relationships, marriages, and now more fun than any other site. Start for free today.
X Games going on a world tour. Aspen, Tien, France, March 20th. Brazil, Barcelona, Spain, Munich, Germany, and Los Angeles, California. The XGames.com World Tour. Tell you what, Jimmy, these are pretty good assignments out there for us. I'll take Barcelona and France because I took 6 years of French in college and high school.
I'll take Brazil and Germany.
Okay.
Regardless, how do you get on that swing? The only concern is if you get on that swing, you probably come back with purple here, with purple hair and something pierced,
and probably drinking some Mountain Dew.
That's what happens if you go on that tour. I love watching I was watching it last night.
Oh.
Yeah, had basketball on my Watch ESPN app. I'm watching the X game.
Steele to the bucket, gets the layup to go. Tell you what, Steele, Andrew Steele. It's like one of those great apps on your laptop, man, because he gives you a little bit of everything. It doesn't always show up in the stat sheet, right?
They now 10 or 11-1 on the year with Andrew Steele on the floor. He was on the floor back when Alabama had that 22-point win over Villanova, and certainly Alabama will push that on their resume and what they are living without that young man.
Off the steal, Relaford on the move. Might have been partially blocked. Jacobs back out to Relaford. They get another possession. Under 14 minutes to go here in the second half. Alabama leading by 4. The first battle between these two teams won by the Tide in Coleman Coliseum, 68-65. A whistle underneath and a foul against the Vols. Well, Jimmy, just talking about the Watch ESPN app. College basketball available anytime, live, anywhere on your computer, tablet, smartphone, or at WatchESPN.com and with the Watch ESPN app. I just can't recognize. After the X Games, I don't recognize Sean White anymore without the red hair, the flying tomato. He's not the same guy.
No, he's not. No.
Shot blocked. Randolph's attempt. And a chance to close to within 2.
Jarnell Stokes has been productive in this game. He has 7 shots, and he needs to get more.
And 1. That time they dialed up White's number. Pardon me. McCray's number. And a chance to make it a 1-point game.
Mark, you asked me, what does Jordan McCray need to do offensively? And I said he needs to get in the lane and use his length. And there it is. When Moussa Gay is not on the floor, they cannot protect the front of the rim. And Jordan McCray, that needs to be his turn and his time to take over.
When you think about the evolution of Jordan McCray and his game, he began the year, Jimmy, as a 6-man coming off the bench. Now he's a staple as a starter. I mean, how do you explain that?
The lack of productivity from Trey Golden and Jarnell Stokes. I mean, he's been forced into that spot. And he has stepped up well. 4 of his last 6 ball games, he's got over 24 points, as hot as anybody in this league.
Second leading scorer in the conference behind Marshall Henderson, my favorite player out of Ole Miss. Guy not short on skill or emotion. There's McCray. Tennessee with a chance to take the lead here. We approach 13 minutes to go.
Right now, Stokes has to want that basketball, be a big target, not lean over at his waist and get shoved off of this spot.
Alabama comes up with a steal and a foul. Going to go against Richardson. Check that. It's going to go against Reese. That's his second personal.
I was calling for Stokes to demand that basketball. Think back. He started all 5 games this summer for Team USA in the 2012 FIBA America's Under-18 Championship. And he averaged 14, 15 points, 5 or 6 boards. but he has not taken his summer ball and translated it over to Tennessee. He's not sure who he is on the floor right now, and what he needs to be is a 275-pound low-post phenom in this league.
Jacobs underneath went right by him. And Nick Jacobs with his first field goal. Now that FIBA basketball and college basketball do translate enough to the point where you would think Stokes could do it, right?
They should. I mean, coming into this ball game, Jarnell Stokes only 4 times in 17 games has taken 10 or more shots. And Cuonzo Martin has told this young man, I want you taking 12, 15 shots every night out. And right now he has 7 in this game. And I think if Tennessee is going to hang in here and win it, he needs to get to that 12, 13, 14 shot attempt over this next 12 and a half minutes.
And one of the more perplexing things with Tennessee this year at the free throw line, Trey Golden missing the foul shot. Last year he led the Vols in scoring, assists, free throw percentage, and minutes played. And that was his first point of the ball game.
You know, he's been taken out of the starting lineup, Trey Golden, and I don't know how much it bothers him, to be honest with you. You want to be bothered by that if you're a player. Well, what does that mean? That means you come out in practice and before practice, after practice, during practice, you're the most in-tune guy, and he did not say a word today in their 1.5-hour shoot around from 9 o'clock to 10:30. And he's an older point guard, and to me that was just a little bit of a warning sign.
Cuonzo Martin taking the temperature of his team collectively, seeing what kind of pulse they have. Down by 2 when we come back.
Yeah. Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. I know what you want. You know I got it.
Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you. As long as you want, you know I got it.
Baby, if you give it to me, I'll give it to you.
As long as you want, you know I got
it. For some families, it's the park time. For others, it's the pool time. And there are those who love the nighttime most of all.
We know that every family is different, and now you can save up to 30% on rooms at select Walt Disney World Resort hotels for a vacation that gives your family just what they want.
So don't wait. Let the memories begin at the place where dreams come true.
Thanks for the ticket, man.
Thanks to my State Farm agent for saving me $480.
No sweat. Hey, look, we're on fan cam.
Y'all ready for this? Having the extra cash sure helps.
And I can save even more by combining your auto and renter's policies.
Cool. But what if we bought a house?
Auto and home? We have even bigger savings for that.
Wow, sounds good.
More savings any way you shake it.
Want to spit some nachos?
Sure.
Get to a better state. State Farm.
Todd Grisham here with a studio update. Another top 25 team in trouble. Here's George Niang with the 3. Iowa State up by 7 over a top-ranked team. 11th ranked in the country, in fact, Kansas State. And Minnesota, the 12th ranked team, losing to Wisconsin. This is a good Badgers team. Remember, they just knocked off Indiana yet again.
Fred Hoiberg doing a nice job with a little Hilton Coliseum magic, perhaps, in the making against Kansas State. And, hey, you know, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention that guy right there for Tennessee, Deron Mayman, is arguably their best player, out for the year with a knee injury. Talking to him before the game, he said that he didn't want to try coming back and hurting himself further because the atrophy, his muscle in his quadriceps had gotten so small that he would have put himself at risk a little bit. So he'll be back next year as a redshirt senior.
Best player, their best talker.
What do they lose besides those things?
Everything. They lose a guy that can make a play for others. I mean, for as big as he is, he could drive the ball and make a play for others, something that Tennessee lacks. Their toughest guy. He kept Jarnell Stokes honest in terms of his effort. He was always in his ear. That is as big a loss to any team in this league right now in terms of what Jerron Mayman brings to Tennessee.
Out of bounds, it'll be Golden inbounding for the Vols. Down by 2. No reset on the shot clock. It's at 8. Golden forced up a bad shot. And here's Pollard.
Not an easy team to cover that Alabama has on the floor. It's 4-on-1, and Gay is the guy that's going to set the screens and then rim run and be there to clean things up.
Steal off the baseline screen. Gay posting up. And Stokes going to be whistled for the foul. Why you would foul him when he's not that much of a threat, I'm not sure.
Yeah, it can't. That was a foul that was just tied to a lack of effort by Jarnell Stokes, and he's produced today. He already has a double-double, but you allow a guy to flash right in front of you, and then you get lazy and lay on his back against a guy that so far has not proven he can score from that spot. And Conzo Martin takes him out.
Lacey inbounding for Alabama. Talk about this being a pivotal game for the Crimson Tide. This would be a nice win for them. Pollard! The freshman shows you why he was an important recruit for Anthony Grant. Punches that one home. Moore with the tough shot. And here's Lacey. Alabama with numbers, a 3-on-2. Relaford, that's going to be goaltending against McCray. And Relaford now with 14, the lead back up to 6.
Well, it's an on-ball screening action, and they throw back to Pollard. Now, he's not a shooter, so there's no way Tennessee should allow that ball to get from 20 feet on the floor to the rim.
Here's Moore. And Hall fouled as he was attempting to jam. Kenny Hall going to go to the foul line. Fouls against Moussa Gay. That's his 3rd. That's a good foul, though. Kenny Hall not a great free throw shooter.
Well, Moussa Gay, though, to me, has to stay on the floor, because if Alabama gets to the point in this game where they need their press and they have to keep pressing, this is their rim protector. He's the only one they have, and I think Anthony Grant realizes it and will get him out right now so he doesn't pick up that 4th one in the next couple of minutes, and there he goes.
Moussa Gay into the starting lineup today. Nick Jacobs coming off the bench.
That's like putting a wild card in your back pocket right now if you're Anthony Grant. You have a 5-point lead. This is the guy that can make hard fouls at the rim, allow you to press if you have to. And he's going to sit for a while to make sure he has those 2 fouls to use down the stretch.
All goes 1 for 2. Skylar McBee with great effort keeping that alive, and that earns Tennessee the possession.
And Kenny Hall looks at the ball, first of all, as a free throw shooter, which I'm not a big fan of. And Skylar McBee's been in more of those type of plays than anybody else for Tennessee over the last 3 or 4 years.
A former high school football player. Good scrap a little bit.
He doesn't get floor burns. The floor gets Skylar McBee burns.
Jordan McCray knifing his way to the bucket. Finally in double figures. He had a very slow first half with only 2 points. Now starting to get cooking a little bit. There's Jacobs. Jacobs posting up on Stokes. Nice move by Nick Jacobs.
He's always going to try to get to that right shoulder. And you have to take it away, and that time they did, but he still did a good job of getting his body squared up against pressure. Look out.
Hall with the lob. And he'll go back to the foul line again. Nice look by McCray.
I'm a little surprised Alabama's pressing right now without Moussa Gay to protect the rim, because Tennessee's going to go right at it. That time he turns left shoulder and still gets that shot up. And normally he's an all right shoulder guy coming back with his left hand, and that time took it away and he still gets the shot to drop.
Hall back at the free throw line. 1 for 2 last time. As Randolph and Cooper come in, this Steele's going to get a breather. I'm
not a fan of guys when they shoot the ball that they watch it. Keep dialed in on the target. Watch Kenny Hall's eyes after he shoots it. So he looks up at the ball. Now that one went in, but that's not how you teach free throw shooting. Find your target, stay zeroed in on your target all the way through till you see the ball hit the target.
Jimmy, is this one of those games where we got a 4-point lead, but it really feels like more than,
it does, more than that? Yeah, and the crowd, I think, feels it too.
Approaching 9 minutes to go. Nice skip pass. Lacey in the corner knocks it down. And Trevor Lacey. He's got 7.
The only guy to start all games this season for Alabama.
And a turnover, 3-on-2. Relaford. Oh, nice block on the play. Good recovery by McCray.
Well, great recovery. Foot speed, first of all, by McCray. Look at him come in from behind, and then he gets his body off of Lacey. And that's or an experienced defensive play by McCray to make sure that he trusts his length is what he does.
Boy, a lot of contact on those screens. Cooper on the drive. Jacobs tried to keep it alive, rebounded by the Vols. A chance to get it down to 5. How tough is it for McCray to get a shot when you're the primary ball handler?
Yeah, it's not easy. And the shots he's gotten, he's had to work. This is the guy. Stokes right now, to me, has to continue to put up numbers like a double-double guy that he has been so far.
Darnell Stokes will go to the foul line. That's the foul on Lacey, his first. 15 foul.
Darnell Stokes came in as a 5-star guy, and you just never know how those guys are going to work out. Last year, Kentucky's 5-star guys worked out national title, but there's also guys last year that have 5-star beside them and didn't work out. And what you miss on in recruiting is not talent. If you miss on talent evaluation, then you got the wrong guys watching for you in the AAU circuit. What you miss on is motor. What you miss on is drive. What you miss on is love for the game. What you miss on is work ethic. And those are the things right now that I think are holding Darnell Stokes back from being what he should be.
Well, physical specimen at 6'8", 270, like we talked about. Just turned 19 years old, though, so there's still a long road to go for him.
Absolutely, absolutely.
13 on the shot clock. Alabama very deliberate in the half court. Jacobs want to work on Hall. Tough shot. Stokes clears the rebound. Use that man-sized body of his to clear some space.
Well, they got numbers if they get a shot up. I go to Stokes. I'm patient. I get him a touch.
He's double teamed. McPhee swings it around. 15 on the shot clock. There's the ball screen. McPhee's wide open. McCray over dribbling a little bit. 5 on the shot clock. Richardson tried to keep it alive. Did. Stokes muscled it up. Out of bounds, Alabama basketball. 7:11 to go in the second half. In this critical game for both teams. When we come back, Jimmy Dykes will have a quick word with Teron Mayman.
The distances aren't getting shorter. The trucks are going farther. The 2013 Ram 1500 with best-in-class fuel economy. Engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. The new Ram 1500. Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
Super Tuesday features 2 games from 2 of the nation's top conferences. first, Deshaun Thomas and the Buckeyes host Big Ten big man Jared Bergeron and Wisconsin, with the Badgers hungry for another road upset. Then, Coach Calipari's Wildcats play the underdog role on the road against Ole Miss and SEC scoring leader Marshall Henderson. Wisconsin, Ohio State at 7, and Kentucky Ole Miss at 9. Tuesday on ESPN.
Now, flat abs and a toned stomach can be yours. With the Perfect Fitness Ab Carver Pro, the new way to a flatter stomach. Invented by the U.S. Navy SEAL who brought you the perfect push-up. It's a revolution in waistline carving results. Just drive forward, stretch and extend the muscles of your core and abs. Then return and feel the stomach carving burn. Inside is the Ab Carver Pro's Kinetic Assist engine. The engine coils up as you extend and then springs you back to keep your workout going. Drive left, right, and center to carve the upper, middle, and lower abs, the inner and outer obliques, plus your chest and arms. So no more sit-ups and crunches. It's only minutes a day for more sculpted arms and a flatter stomach. With its large, stable rubber tires and comfortable ergonomic handles, it works on hard floors and carpets. So here's the deal. The waistline shrinking Ab Carver Pro is only 2 payments of $19.95. Order now and get a set of Perfect Fitness knee pads free. Carve away inches and flatten your stomach with the Perfect Fitness Ab Carver Pro. Call or go online right now.
Tennessee down by 6. A look at what they're missing with their star player, Jerron Mayman, a guy who was in every bit the leader of this team last year, averaging almost 13 points a game and 8 rebounds. Led the team in scoring and conference play. Second team All-SEC. Right now suffering from a knee injury. And right now we're going to go courtside to Jimmy, who's standing by with him. Jimmy?
Jerron, first of all, I want to talk to you about the last timeout that you just came out of. What's the message right now from Cuonzo Martin to you guys?
Just got to keep fighting. You know, you got to put together stops and you got to put the ball in the hole.
You look up right now, down in this ball game with 7:11 to go. If you were on the floor right now, what would be your message to your teammates?
Stay together. You know, just take our time and be cool under pressure, because we know we're going to keep trying to press us. We just got to make the right decision, make the right passes, you know, and put the ball in the hole.
What's Coach saying about the press right now, Alabama? What's the key against it? What does he want done?
No jump passes. Take your time and be cool under it. Don't let them panic you.
How hard is it sitting out right now knowing that being the leader, being the tough guy on this team? What are your thoughts as you watch your guys play without you?
It's tough, but, you know, I'm not going to sit over there with my head down. I'm going to continue to encourage them, you know, continue to be there for them. You know, I know they do the same for me, so I'm going to try to do the same for them.
John, good luck to you in your rehab, man. I look forward to watching you next year.
Oh, thank you.
All right, Jimmy, great job. And with a delay in the action, there was some blood on the floor that the officials had to have cleaned up. Jerron Mayman delivering the message from head coach Cuonzo Martin. And if you remember the first meeting between these two teams, yeah, the press was a big factor in the final verdict. Alabama was able to turn Tennessee over late in the game in a succession of 3 consecutive possessions. Alabama broke the game open late. 15 on the shot clock. Alford curls off the baseline screen, the floater. There are 3 Tennessee players around the ball, and none of them able to corral it. It'll be Alabama basketball, new shot clock, leading by 6. One more look, tipped up, and good call, Alabama ball, and that's going to be a whistle and a foul against the Vols. Jimmy back at the table, and hey, Jerron had some pretty good points for you, talking about no jump passes against the pressure. I can remember that, and you did the game with me. I mean, that's how the game was decided last time.
But can't you tell just from listening to Jerron Mayman talk how important he would be to a team? An older guy that gets it, that can communicate it, can fix problems before the coach has to fix the problems. And that's the loss right now that Tennessee has at the end of the bench.
Lacey working on Richardson, tough shot. And Stokes moved Jacobs out of the way to get that rebound. Hey, the one thing you can say about Stokes, at least he hasn't been in foul trouble in this game like the previous one against Ole Miss. So maybe that videotape and the conversation Cuonzo Martin had with the supervisor of officials actually helped. A whistle and a foul. Alabama looking for the goaltending call. Lacey going to go to the line. One more look.
Does the ball get on the backboard before it gets touched? It's not reviewable. That's a judgment call. And well, that was awfully close.
Lacey at the foul line, about a 70% free throw shooter on the season.
When you look at Stokes in this game right now, he's got a double-double, 11 points, 14 boards. He's only missed 4 shots. 15 rebounds is his career high. So you're down 7 points, maybe 8 points after this free throw. I think Jarnell Stokes has to get touches. And he has to expect the double team to come. If he gets it off the block, get rid of it quickly and make Alabama paying for doubling down.
Lacey misses the second. Golden handling the point now for Tennessee. 6 minutes to go in the game.
Alabama's so good at getting over the top of that screening action, even in their zone. And if you don't do that, all of a sudden you got one guy guarding 2.
McCray knocks down the 3. He's got 13. All but 2 coming here in the second half. Well, Jimmy, you and I jokingly said it prior to tip. First team to 50 wins it.
And it might be the case.
Relaford on the drive. Contested shot, and he'll earn a trip to the foul line. Jordan McCray hasn't had many clean looks, but here he got one.
Well, because he's 6'5", Kenny Hall steps out and sets a screen for McCray to work off of. And Tuesday night we showed a graphic that the top 4 shooters in college ball this week in terms of percentage are between 6'7" and 6'11". They have a repeatable shot that's easy for them. Now McCray is 6'5", and he has one of those similar shots that he's not the strongest of kids, but he doesn't get worn down because of how he shoots the ball. He shoots it with ease.
When you say repeatable, you mean what exactly with layman's terms?
Yeah, doesn't fight the shot, doesn't have to really explode up into the shot like a 6-footer. You know, they have a very minimal jump space when they at the launch point. It's a very repeatable shot. And McCray kind of has one of those as well.
Relaford with the free throw makes it a 5-point game. Alabama 5 of 10 from the foul line. Tennessee 6 of 11.
Anthony Grant continues to press. And also right now in the back of his mind, he knows that he's now shortening the length of this game that Tennessee has to work with in a comeback. And there's 16 in the shot clock, and they haven't even gotten into their offense.
Richardson with a nice pull-up jump shot in the lane. Brings Tennessee to within 3. He's got 6.
Tennessee, Jonesy, they are back-to-back stops and back-to-back baskets away from taking the control of this game, taking the lead. Can they do it?
Gay slips the screen. They go cross-court to Steele. 15 on the shot clock. Relaford off the screen. Good defense by Golden. They go into Moussa Gay with 5 on the shot clock. 2 on the shot clock. Randolph Jackson. And good defense that time by Tennessee.
Now there's one stop. Can they get a basket? Another stop on a basket.
McCray on the drive. Good help, but that's going to be a foul against Moussa Gay. And that's going to be a bonus situation now. And the 4th foul against Moussa Gay.
Well, Jordan McCray came in this ball game with a really good vibe in terms of offensively what he's doing. 28 made 2-point shots, leads the SEC. That's where he beats you. And how is he hard to guard, and why is he hard to guard, Jordan McCray? Well, I think there's 3 key areas. Right now he has supreme confidence in terms of the number of 20-point games he's had over the last 5 or 6. He just needs a crack. He's slithery, and his long arms continue to come into play.
He really got on a roll with those back-to-back 26-point games earlier this year against Memphis and then against Ole Miss, 2 real quality opponents. He made it a 2-point contest.
He's shooting 61%, Jordan McCray is, from the 2-point part of the floor in conference play. And that's part of that length and slitheriness gets him to that spot on the floor. Now they've done it. They got a stop. They got baskets. Can they get another stop? They would follow the formula if they do.
See if Alabama can take this hit and hold on. Relaford working against Golden. 12 on the shot clock. Cooper picks it out. Steele, the Sage senior, missing, and Jacobs had the rebound ripped away from him. And Tennessee now with a chance to take the lead. Stokes inside. He muscled it, and the Volunteers lead by 1. Anthony Grant's going to take a timeout.
Well, when they had to get back-to-back stops, followed by back-to-back baskets or points on the board, they delivered. Over the last 90 seconds, they have followed the formula, how to come back. Jarnell Stokes continues to be a factor in this game. His lower body strength right now is causing Alabama problems.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is presented by 5 Hour Energy. What will you do in 5 hours?
Vacation is a precious thing. This year, don't just take time off. Put time in. Turn spending time with your family into spending time as a family at the one place where every heart-pounding, jaw-dropping, goose-bumping second counts. It's your vacation. Don't just take it. Mean it. Universal Orlando. Vacation like you mean it.
Tenacity, plated in chrome. Determination, covered in mud. Fight, firing on 6 cylinders. The new Ram 1500 with best-in-class fuel economy. Guts, glory, Ram. Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
If you have the audacity to believe your financial advisor should focus on your long-term goals, not their short-term agenda.
If you have the nerve to believe that cookie cutters should be for cookies, not your investment strategy.
If you believe in the sheer brilliance of a simple explanation,
join the nearly 7 million investors who think like you do. FaceTime and ThinkTime make a difference.
Join us.
At Edward Jones, it's how we make sense of investing.
Todd Grisham here in your studio. A big update. Minnesota trying to snap a 3-game losing streak, facing off against Wisconsin, tied at 41. Trevor Mbakwe backing down. Baby hook. It goes. $1:30 to go. Minnesota holding on to a 2-point lead over Wisconsin. And look at this, another top 25 team going down. Iowa State beats the Wildcats for the 3rd straight time. They do it at home, 73-67. Coming up next as our Saturday showcase continues, there's Sean Jones, Middle Tennessee, looking for their 7th straight win as they host Western Kentucky.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Hey, Tennessee on a 9-1 run. Jimmy Dykes and Jarnell Stokes right in the middle of it.
Well, absolutely. He runs the floor, and as he comes down, hold it right here, guys. He's going to step, and he's going to blow up the hips of Nick Jacobs. Watch. Bam, right there. Just moves him out of the way, carves out space, and goes up and in. I talked about his lower body strength is what Alabama can't handle, and that was a great example of it. He blew up the legs of Jacobs, gets his feet back underneath him, and powers it up for 2.
13 points, 16 rebounds, a career high for Stokes. Let's see what Anthony Grant runs coming out of this timeout. Stokes comes up with a steal. Jarnell Stokes has come alive here in the last couple of minutes.
It's the most active and alert and in tune to the surroundings that I've seen Jarnell Stokes this season.
Tennessee at 1-4 in SEC conference play. Win today would be huge for them, but still plenty of basketball to go.
I think it'd be just as huge for Alabama because this would be a good win, not a great win, but a good win on the road, and they don't have another one on their schedule that they can get until March.
2 on the shot clock for Stokes. Got it! It's been that type of day and night for him.
He needs to stay hungry. I mean, he needs to stay after it now for the next 2 minutes. He can't be satisfied. They cannot guard him.
15 points and 16 rebounds. Here's Lacey. For the tie. Got it, and we're knotted at 50. Lacey, the big shot taker and big shot maker for the Crimson Tide this year.
I'm a little surprised that Moussa Gay is not in the ball game now because of the defense that he could put on Jarnell Stokes. It's not about scoring. Nick Jacobs can't handle Jarnell Stokes. Moussa Gay could, although he has 4 fouls. Surprised he's not on the floor.
We'll see if they go back to Stokes here and give him a touch. No, it's McRae time. Stokes got the rebound. His 17th rebound of the game.
If Moussa Gay's on the floor, he doesn't get that rebound. I'm telling you. That was a grown man's rebound by Jarnell Stokes. And he is a grown man.
Whistle and a timeout called by Cuonzo Martin. With 1:14 to go. And Moussa Gay getting up to come into the game for Anthony Grant. Jarnell Stokes putting some muscle in his hustle right now, Jimmy Dykes.
And again, it's about his lower body. Don't watch the ball up top. It's I've said it before, it's a fist fight to get open, it's a foot fight to get shots up, and his lower body feet and strength is too much for Alabama to handle. Anthony Grant knows it. Moussa Gay went and checked in. Defensively now, he will be assigned to Jarnell Stokes.
Looking inside, and you see Lacey there as part of the Alabama huddle. Remember the last game, late in the contest about this time, a few nights ago, he cramped up. He was unable to finish. Told me prior to the game today, he's been eating a lot of bananas, drinking a lot of fluids, getting some potassium so it doesn't cramp up again. You don't want to miss the best part. Lacey still on the floor. Moussa Gay has checked into the game. Let's see what Tennessee does here. 22 on the shot clock. Golden out top.
Watch McRae.
Moussa Gay and Stokes wrestling on the block. McRae with the runner. Partially blocked. Oh my, it went in still.
It's the length, it's the long arms of Jordan McRae that makes him hard to guard. That was very well defended. But Jordan McRae at 6'5", 178 pounds, can make hard shots over the top of a defensive challenge. That was really well done.
It appeared as if somebody got a piece of that, but it didn't matter for Jordan McRae. Undaunted, watch it.
Born from the elements, destined to take them over. The Sirius XM satellite radio in the 2013 Ram 1500. Engineered to move heaven and earth. Guts, glory, Ram. The new Ram 1500. Motor Trend's 2013 Truck of the Year.
Playing football can be really tough on your skin. To avoid unnecessary roughness, we use Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Body and Face Lotion for Men. It offers hard-hitting protection that locks in moisture and shuts down dryness. Palmer's absorbs quickly, so interceptions don't slip through our hands. And it provides the ultimate defense against rough, dry skin, leaving it smooth with a fresh scent.
New Palmer's Cocoa Butter Formula Body and Face Lotion for Men. Perfect formula.
Extraordinary results.
The Capital One Cup congratulates the best of the best in college sports. Congratulations to all the NCAA Division I Fall National Champions. These student athletes have laid it all on the line to bring honor and glory to their schools by winning valuable points towards the Capital One Cup. Follow your school and check the standings at CapitalOneCup.com to see who will win the Capital One Cup and be the best in college sports.
Hey, guys, Little Caesars has hot and ready pizza for $5.
Yeah! I like that! Yeah!
皆さん、Little Caesars にはhot and ready pizzaが5ドルでありますよ。
Yeah!
Greetings. Little Caesars has hot and ready pizza for $5.
Get a hot and ready pepperoni pizza for $5 or a 3-meat treat for $8 at Little Caesars.
Pizza. Great college basketball action continues on ESPN today at 4. Ben McLemore, number 3, Kansas taking on Oklahoma. Then at 7, North Carolina taking on North Carolina State. Wolfpack led by C.J. Leslie today on ESPN and also live on Watch ESPN. There's the big shot maker for Alabama. Under a minute to go. They trail by 2. Jarnell Stokes with a career-high 17 rebounds. Tennessee on a 10-3 run the last 4 minutes plus. Jimmy, who do you go to here if you're Anthony Grant? Still plenty of time.
Well, you got options with Lacey, Relaford. I mean, those have been your 2 guys all season long. That's what you stick with.
Lacey kicks it out. That's got to be a blocking foul. And both teams shooting in the penalty, in the bonus.
It's a good job by Cooper to drive at the hip of Armani Moore. Boom, right there. That's the right call. He had not established legal guarding position. The defenders can keep moving, but they have to establish legal guarding position to start with.
And the bonus here. That was the 8th team foul against the Vols. Moussa Gay comes back into the ball game. Steele is going to come back in as well.
This guy hadn't been there a lot. Only 4 free throw attempts in conference play coming in.
And he misses. Trey Golden in at closing time here for Tennessee.
Tennessee better be low and tight with that basketball now, because Alabama's guards, they have hot hands.
Whistle and a foul going to go against Relaford. Hansel Martin looks at Golden and say, hey, chill.
That was almost an elbow thrown by Trey Golden. That was really close at the end of the play of Golden getting that elbow up with contact.
Golden going to go to the foul line. A 75% free throw shooter on the season. Steele comes in for Moussa Gay. And Cooper out of the game as well. Golden calmly knocks it down. The 6'2" junior out of Powder Springs, Georgia, seeking a little bit of atonement for his subpar plays so far in the season. Alabama calls a timeout with 31.4 to go. Golden with another free throw. Don't forget, coming up next, Western Kentucky taking on the Blue Raiders of Middle Tennessee State. Immediately following this game, and Tennessee looking for its 10th win of the season. Remember, they started off 1-4 last year in conference play and finished 9-2 down the stretch in conference play.
Mark,
strong finish.
If I'm Alabama, I go for 2 points here in a hurry, because they are so good with their press and their pressure. Tennessee's not going to want to foul, and you can get a quick 2 and cut this thing to a 1-point or a 2-point lead. Depends on what Tennessee does with this free throw attempt. Give your defense from Alabama a chance for a turnover after that, and you still have time for a foul. If I'm Alabama, I'm not looking for a 3 here. I'm trying to extend the length of the game, regardless of what Trey Golden does with this free throw.
Golden made the first. We talk about Alabama's defense. It got 14 points off of 11 turnovers by Tennessee today. The lead is up to 4.
And Tennessee doesn't really have shot blockers on the floor. Jordan McRae's the one guy, and he's only 6'5". Can he get it near the rim quickly?
Lacey on the drive and kick. Good closeouts. Relaford for 3. It's a 1-point game. And a timeout called by Alabama. So Trevor Relaford, witness his improved 3-point shooting this year, brings them back to within 1. And plenty of time left. He's got 18.
Really well done by Alabama. They drove the ball there, trying to get it to the paint and get shots up, but Tennessee had shrunk their defense. So on the second drive and kick, Trey Golden has his back to his guy initially, therefore he's late recovering. And now Alabama has a chance to set their press and a time to gamble and try to come up with a steal. And they are the best in the SEC at doing it.
Yeah, they got 10 of them today. 14 points off of those 11 Tennessee turnovers. Remember what Ron Manman told you during that interview just a few minutes ago, that during the press, coach didn't want to see any jump passes, wanted them to really be careful. So you figure Alabama comes out with the pressure here?
Absolutely, and they have different looks. It won't surprise me at all that they're not fighting hard to keep the ball from even being inbounded. Alabama has quick guys. And the only question mark is what are they going to do with either Jacobs or Moussa Gay. But those guys in the picture right there, Steele, Cooper, Randolph, Lacey, Relaford, they can all flat out get after you one-on-one defensively.
Skylar McBee has checked into the ball game for Conzo Martin. McBee, a very good free throw shooter. A good ball handler too. Richardson to inbound for the Vols.
They take Cooper off the ball right here. That's the guy that they take off the ball, so he's going to help double team whoever breaks open first. That was a push, wasn't it?
Golden beats the press. Did a nice job, Jimmy. There's a little bit of contact, but might have been embellished just a touch. Golden back at the free throw line. Yeah. One more look.
Well, Golden works off of a little bit of a screen by McBee. I thought he got away with a little bit of a push. Anthony Grant at the top of the screen saying the same thing. Pressure now on number 11.
Golden shooting 74% from the line this year. Made both last time. McBee will sit back down. Stokes in for rebounding. With 15.4 to go. And he misses. Loose ball. Still loose. Out of bounds. Alabama basketball. As Golden goes careening through the first row of seats.
And that did not look good for the guy that he ran smooth over. And I've been there before. Talked about an urgency going for a loose ball, but watch the fan that Trey Golden just runs over. Bam, right there. And he came oh so close to his head landing on that front row of row 1.
Nice to see that he's up and okay. Well, when you got the best seat in the house, you know, that's part of the inherent risk, but it's going to be Alabama basketball, Jimmy Dykes, with 11.8 to go, trailing by 1. So off of the missed Golden free throw, Alabama with a great opportunity here. If you're Anthony Grant, what are you trying to draw up?
Well, first of all, you got to make sure you get the ball up soon enough to allow yourself an offensive rebound. You don't take this thing down to the last second. So you have to be in instant attack mode. What did Alabama do last time? They drove and kicked, and you expect the same thing.
Lacey is the big shot maker for them, but Relaford is 3 for 3 on three-pointers today. They don't need one, but he's been hot from outside. Here it is. Down 1. They got to get to it. Lacey, no foul. Ball game over. Without even getting a field goal attempt, Tennessee wins it. Relaford and Lacey in stunned disbelief.
Well, the play was slower developing than I would have liked. Lacey didn't get the ball in his hands till 4 seconds to go, but now he makes a move, and Jarnell Stokes is going towards Lacey. I'd like to see another look, because it looks like Jarnell Stokes is going towards Lacey when the contact occurred. And was the defender responsible for the contact right there? I say yes. I don't think Lacey was jumping into Stokes. I think Stokes was jumping into Lacey right there. I think that's a foul that did not get called.
Wow. An incredible finish, much to the disappointment of Trevor Lacey. But Tennessee might have turned a little bit of a corner today in this victory against Alabama. They win it 54-53. Right now we're going to send it to the Murphy Athletic Center, where Western Kentucky and Middle Tennessee State. For Jimmy Dykes, I'm Mark Jones. So long, everybody. Western Kentucky, Middle Tennessee coming up.